Blessed Rosario Livatino, the judge who died for justice. Have you ever wondered, what does it truly mean to give your life for justice? Not in the comfort of a courtroom, but under the shadow of death threats, where every step could be your last. This is the story of Blessed Rosario Livatino, an ordinary man with an extraordinary courage, a judge who chose truth over fear and who paid the ultimate price. Rosario Livatino was born in 1952 in Canicattì, a small town in Sicily, Italy. From a young age, he showed an unusual sense of integrity. He wasn't loud, he wasn't famous. He was humble, quiet, and deeply rooted in his Catholic faith. At 27, he became a magistrate, working in a land plagued by organized crime and corruption. In Sicily at the time, the Mafia's power was everywhere, controlling businesses, politics, and even people's silence. Many looked the other way. Rosario did not. He was nicknamed the Boy Judge because of his young face and modest lifestyle. But inside that gentle frame was a will of steel. Rosario handled cases that exposed mafia networks, confiscated illegal assets, and prosecuted dangerous figures. He did so without bodyguards, believing his role was not to live in fear, but to trust in God's providence. Yet Rosario's courage wasn't reckless. He prepared each case with precision, never taking bribes, never bending the truth. His colleagues recall him saying, "When we die, no one will ask how much we were believers, but how much we did as believers." On the morning of September 21st, 1990, Rosario was driving to court when Mafia gunmen ambushed him. He was just 38 years old. Witnesses say his last words were whispered prayers as he lay dying by the roadside. The Mafia thought they silenced him, but in truth, they amplified his voice. Rosario Livatino's life challenges us to think, what would we be willing to lose for the sake of truth? In a world where compromise is easy, he chose the harder path, the path that cost him his life. He did not see his profession as just a job. He saw it as a mission, an extension of his faith. His work was prayer in action, his judgments a defense of the dignity of every person. 30 years after his death, Pope Francis beatified him, calling him a martyr of justice and faith. Not because he died accidentally in the line of duty, but because he knowingly lived and died defending values rooted in the gospel. Rosario's life proves that sainthood is not reserved for priests, nuns, or missionaries alone. It is for anyone, judge, teacher, farmer, mother, student, who chooses to live their daily work with honesty, courage, and love. Today, the name Blessed Rosario Livatino is engraved not just in church history, but in the hearts of all who believe that justice is worth dying for. And maybe that's the question his life leaves us. When we stand before God, will we be able to say that we lived what we believed? You may not be called to face Mafia gunmen, but every day you face choices, big or small, that demand courage. Choose truth over lies. Choose integrity over comfort. Choose love over fear. Rosario's story is not just about one man's death. It's about how each of us can let faith guide our decisions, even when the cost is high. So, if this story touched you, share it. Let more people know that justice, when lived with faith, can change the world, even if it costs everything. Because in God's eyes, no sacrifice for the truth is ever wasted.